Hello, I'm Patricia Gras. Welcome to Passion Time. I'm here with film director, documentarian from Finland. She came all the way to Houston's literally short film festival because she was picked as one of the best selections, her film Halt. But she's going to tell us all about her career. And first, of course, thank you for joining us, Pia Andell.
Thank you for asking me.
And I want to ask you first, what is your passion? And how did you find your passion?
Okay, I have two passions.
Okay.
One is an old one and one is a recent one.
Oh, I
and
like
the
that.
old one is I love to dance. And
I love it. Me too, me too.
And I've never been to dance school, so it's not like I can dance, but in a way I can dance. Because when I dance, I feel like most me and most in connection with the music and world and whatnot. So I really love to dance.
I'm going to take you to Wild West here in Houston, and we're going to dance.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's a done deal. And you said that's your old passion. What's the new one?
Yes. Since when making films, the projects always take several years, and they are abstract in your mind until they become the reality. But my new one is sculpture with clay.
Okay.
So when you have clay and you have something to sculpt, then it's really there soon. So it doesn't take 2 years until...
It's not dragging along.
Yeah.
You're actually working on the project with your hands on a daily basis.
Yeah, and you can see the result immediately. That's great. I love it.
I was very interested in Halt, which is the film that was selected, because it's about communication, which is so lacking generally today in the world. Tell me about the film and why did you come up with this idea?
Well, sometimes, usually films are personal, but you don't realize it after the film is finished and you see it and you think that, okay, it tells about my life right now. But this was personal from the beginning in that sense that, well, the opening scene of the film happened to me. So I was the woman in the tram watching a man on the tram stop stretching. That was an old boyfriend of mine, and suddenly I didn't want to meet him. But he noticed me, and so we had to speak, even though we had the glass in between us. So, and the communication was quickly impossible,
Right.
and he misunderstood something. So I took that and made it a fuller story about a couple who are meeting after a long relationship, and then they have to talk, and then they are going to go through their relationship,
Right.
even though they can't
Communicate.
directly speak.
Right, they can't speak. Now, did you learn anything about that, about communication after you did the film? Sometimes when you do a project, a little light turns on. Did that turn on for you?
Somewhat, yes, yes. I've been in a relationship for a long time, and longer you are in a relationship, lesser you have communication.
Right.
Because you assume things, that you assume what the other one wants and what the other one does and all that stuff. And the realization that one needs to have communication also when you've been with somebody like 30 years.
Right, which is, the father of your children, and
Yeah.
you assume because, hey, it's easier, and in the end, it's harder.
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes, it's harder it gets in a way, because you assume so much, so you think that, and then there is also the fact that the other one, you're not so much listening to one another. Like in the beginning, you're really in tuned
You're
to
in
one
love
another.
and you're
Yes.
in tune. You're right. And then over time, it's like, oh, I know you.
Yes.
I don't need,
Yes.
I know what you're going to say, and I know what you think. And,
Yes.
And that's a problem. So you have to redo the relationship.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you have two daughters, and I understand that one of them was in one of your films.
Yes.
Tell me about that. And you decided you're very well known for documentaries in Finland. You've done documentaries on famous people, and But one day you said, I'm done with this. I'm kind of tired of doing documentaries. Why did you get to that point and decide I'm going to do something else, do short films?
Well, I think that's a natural point to reach when you're about 50 and doing something you've done for a long
Forever,
time.
yes.
But there was also a tough project behind me, and I was thinking that I want to do something else. Along came a script that my cousin sent me, and I liked it, and I thought that, well, I'm gonna do this film. It's fiction, it's out of my comfort zone, but okay, let's go there.
Right, right. So what's it about?
It's about a young girl, 16-year-old, whose grandfather dies, and he doesn't leave her any heritage except a film camera, a regular film camera that has a film inside of it. And through the camera, the young girl sees a sort of a different future and also sees a different picture of the grandfather.
Oh, wow. And your daughter played.
Yes.
What was it like working with your daughter?
Oh, gee, hell.
Teenager.
Yes, it was great. She was great on camera when the camera was on, but when the camera was off, it was hell. Like, when can I go and see my friends? How long are we going to stay here? Yes.
All you have to do is give her a cell phone. Okay, so I want to know a little bit more about, you know, it's very hard to be a woman in film today. Even today, there's not enough women doing films or documentaries. Why do you think that is? And you know, Finland is one of the most advanced countries with regards to the rights of women and empowered women. Why do you think, though, in the world still to this day, it's really hard for women to do films and documentaries?
Well, there is this exception that I don't feel that documentary filmmaking is hard for women in Finland, because there are plenty of there are plenty of us, and we have been doing excellent work. So it's, you know, okay. But the fiction part, the fiction film, all that, the feature length especially, that's hard for women
because
too.
Of the money?
Yes, and it's with women you always consider the risk. I mean, with men, if there is a young woman and a young man and they both have equal experience behind them and some films, and usually they are willing to take the risk with the man, and they are not willing to take the risk with the woman.
Okay.
Somehow this is
kind of a sexist thing.
Yeah, and it is something that people don't even notice. Don't notice the ones who are making the decisions. They are like, you know, they are always in film business, as in, I don't know, everywhere. Everybody's always waiting for a savior. I mean, they know.
Make a lot of money for that.
Yeah, the new person who will change things, and that's usually a male one, whether it to be in theater or in films or in literature. They are always waiting for the new messiah.
I've always been very interested in Finland. You know, there was a documentary here done by Michael Moore, and he picked Finland as the most educated country with the best education system in the world. And, you know, it so happens that women have rights in Finland. Why do you think that is? Because it's I mean, not about the education, because he kind of explains that in the basically, your country allows their kids to play. And more than other countries. But I'm just very interested in what you think, being a woman from Finland. Why is Finland so advanced in that area?
Well,
maybe about your history, because you love history.
Yes, and it's a historical fact that when we were an autonomy part of Russia in 1906, we still, our Senate decided that we'll have an equal right to vote. So in 1906, and that was the first country in Europe to have rights for women. I mean, every woman could vote. And in some countries like Switzerland had it in the 70s, and then there are other countries who had it later on. But we had it very early on. And I think that these two things combined, and also the war thing might have affected that there was Finnish women when the men were at war in the Second World War. Well, they were used to do everything.
Right, they had to do.
Yeah.
Well, it happened in the United States too, but then they went back to the same. They went back.
We didn't go back to.
Right, you didn't go back.
Yeah.
So there's something about
Everyone,
your country
well,
that allowed that.
Yes. Also, the structures are like that. That we have a very good childcare system.
Yes, you do.
So when a woman wants to work, he can go and have a child in the childcare, and
it's a good one.
Yeah, it doesn't cost much, and it's a safe one, and all is well.
I think I'll move to Finland. If it wasn't so cold.
And dark most of the year. Yes, yes. We have some negative sides.
Well, yes, like everything. Let me ask you this question. Where can people find your films? Because, in America, it's unusual to find international films airing in our theaters. But where can we find your films online, if we can?
Oh, damn, that's a tough
of course,
question.
It would have to be subtitled, because I know most people don't speak Finnish.
Yes, but they can find it from my Vimeo page.
Vimeo. So what is your page? Is it Pia Andell?
Yes, but it's and at this point they are all under the password, but from my page piaandell.com
They can connect with you.
Yeah.
Okay, piaandell.com. Thank you so much, Pia, for being with us, and I'll definitely take you to the Wild West to go dancing, and you'll see some cowboys and cowgirls dancing, and they do a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patty.
Congratulations on your film.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time on.
Cambia tu vida. Cambia tu vida. Cambia tu vida. Yo sé que tú puedes.